Welcome to Classic Game Room, where I've got a neat contraption for you PSP enthusiasts. It's the PSPHD42 from Pile, the PSP to HDMI converter for HD TVs. Now they'll have to get to work on one for the Bandai Wonder Swan.
Fight!
If you have one of the later model Sony PSPs, you've always been able to output component video with the right cables, but now, using the modern miracle of space-age technology, science, and magic, you can go straight from the PSP to an HD TV using a single HDMI cable for visuals that look like this. Oh, Grand Theft Auto Vice City stories, you never get old. How about some Tactics Ogre? You know, there's a lot of great games on the supposedly outdated PSP which have visuals and sound that might surprise you. It's time to unlock that hidden potential using the PSPHD42. You think they could have come up with a more exciting name? I always joked that the PSP should have been called the Beaver. How about the Beaver Maximizer? Naming things after animals is just cool. And it's extra cool with some reverb and delay. Unleash your beaver with the Beaver Maximizer! Also known as the PSP HD42. There's a lot of handheld game consoles out there that would benefit from a direct HD TV output. But only one of them has the kind of market penetration that you'll find with the Beaver. That has such games as God of War, Gran Turismo, and Growlancer, Wayfarer of Time. Here's how this works. One end screws into the Beaver Maximizer, and the other plugs into your Beaver. And I know what you're thinking, really? Does he have to keep going there? But honestly, how else are you supposed to review something that looks this boring? It's a box with wires, but at least it comes with its own wires, HDMI cable, included. It may not be terribly exciting to look at or even say, but the PSP HD42 does exactly what it's supposed to do. It outputs HD visuals and sound from your Sony PSP onto your television, provided you have one built after 1983. Now, you've been able to do this before with component video cables, but the image does not fill the screen. Push the zoom button and problem solved. Your beaver has now been maximized using the PSP HD42. I really like this thing, and I'm probably going to use it in the future for reviews, but I have to mention that it does suffer from input lag. The processing inside this thing seems to take a bit of time, so when you push a button, you don't get an immediate response, and that will likely drive you crazy with arcade games, fighting games, driving games, and shooters. However, it doesn't seem to affect turn-based tactical strategy games or JRPGs, which make up about half of the PSP's game library anyway. If you're the type that buys every single game published by Atlas, Square Enix, or Exceed, and want to enjoy all of the visuals and audio contained within some seriously awesome games that don't require twitch reflexes to play, then you should really consider this thing. It looks better on an HD TV than the component video cables. Here's some direct feed recorded from this device, and you can compare that to the actual game review where I used the component video cables and then upscaled the image in editing. It has a boring name, it suffers from input lag, and it would have been cooler had they named it the Beaver Maximizer. But it does output a beautiful— how did that person not get run over? There's no doubt this works better for Persona 3 than GTA, but what it does well, it does really well. It sends 720p's to your HD TVs full screen. You'll be amazed at how good your library of PSP games can look. Just don't try to jump with precision.